Good morning. This is Sabrina Black with the personal development focus of the week. This week's focus is going to be on creating those steel cables of behavior. And the reason why we call it steel cable is because if you have one small cable, it could be easily broken. But when you put them all together and bind them all together, it's pretty much invincible. So I'm going to talk about 7 habits to help you create those steel cables of behavior. Number 1, show up. Show up in your life. So when you set that goal or you decide you want to work on a habit, you first have to show up. So if you decide you want to work out more, you have to show up at the gym. If you decide you want to start a business, you have to show up for that business. So just showing up is probably 80% of the way of your journey. But that's just number 1. You can't stop at just showing up. You have to do a little bit more. Number 2, you have to show up consistently. You can't show up one week and disappear the next week. And I am talking to myself as well, even though I'm talking to you. Because even with these videos, you'll see some weeks I will be out here making the videos. Some weeks I'm in the wind. So I need to do better about that as well. With my fitness, I am a lot more consistent with my fitness because I love fitness. So it's easier for me in that respect. But we have to show up consistently. And even when I went back to school, I dropped out of high school. Let me correct that. Right after high school, I started college, but I dropped out of college because I got pregnant. But I always said I would go back. I didn't go back until 2012, and I was an adult by this time. So I was a little nervous about going back to school. I was thinking things like, I'm going to be the youngest person in class. I'm not going to fit in. But I showed up. I showed up consistently for 4 years, and I got my degree. Thank you, Jesus. So just showing up consistently, you're halfway there. But you can't stop there. Number 3, you have to show up consistently, and show up with a positive attitude. You can't show up with a negative attitude and all that negative energy because it's going to be hard to be successful. If you have a positive attitude, you're more likely to be successful, and you'll attract more positivity in your life. You'll attract more positive people in your life to help you meet your goal. So number 4, so you have to show up consistently, with a positive attitude. And number 4, you have to be determined to be committed for the long haul. You can't say, I want to lose weight and your goal is going to take 3 months, but yet you stop after 2 weeks when you don't see the results you want. You have to be committed for the long haul. Number 5, you have to cultivate a burning desire backed by faith. So it's not just enough to want it or desire it. It has to be backed by faith. And I'll give you an example. So say you're on a desert island, you're thirsty, you really, really want something to drink. There's a glass of water sitting right beside you. You have a desire for that water. You desire to drink it and quench your thirst. But if you don't back it by faith, which is actually taking that action to pick it up and drink it to quench your thirst, you're going to die of thirst. So you have to have desire backed by faith, meaning you have to have desire backed by some sort of action that's going to line up with your desire. Number 6, you have to be willing to pay the price. So anything you want in life, you're going to have to pay a price. You want to lose weight, you might have to give up the Twinkies and donuts for a while and give up some extra time to go to the gym. If you want to start a business, you may have to pull some time away from your family or from your job or from your hobbies to have time to work on that business. For me, I have given up pretty much dating to focus on bettering myself and focusing on my goals. I'll still go out every now and then, but it's not a priority, and I pulled a lot of time away from that because that's not my focus right now. My focus is making myself better right now, so I'm paying the price of giving up on dating. And lastly, you have to have integrity. And what I mean by integrity is not just doing things while you're in public, but doing those same correct things when no one else sees you. For example, around the end of the year, the first of the year, I decided I was going to try to be a vegetarian. Yeah, that went real well. So when I'm in public, yes, I'm not eating meat. I wasn't eating more vegetables, but I stopped eating meat. But when I was at home, oh no, it was a wrap. Anything I wanted to eat was a go. So it's like, okay, vegetarian is not going to work because I didn't have integrity with that. So I said flexitarian. That means I could eat meat occasionally, and the occasion was whenever I wanted it. So I stuck with that. But you know what I'm getting at. So You say you want thing in public, but when no one else is watching, that voice in your head says, go ahead, you can do it, you deserve it, or I'm tired, I don't feel like going to the gym. So you lose integrity. And if you do that consistently, before you know it, you'll wake up like, what happened? Why did I stop? How did I end up here? It was a slow process with just listening to that voice in your head. So just to recap, those steel cables of behavior, those habits that will help you create that is number 1, show up. 2, show up consistently. 3, show up consistently with a positive attitude. 4, be committed for the long haul. 5, cultivate that burning desire backed by faith or action. 6, be willing to pay the price. So determine what that price is going to be and decide up front that you're willing to pay that price. And the last one, be committed to doing in private, in public, or in private, have that same amount of integrity even when no one else is watching. Have a great day.